Welcome to another episode of the Booktroverts podcast. I'm McKayla.
I'm Meg.
And today we are talking about Glint by Raven Kennedy, which is book 2 in the Plated Prisoner series. The last episode we talked about Guild, which is book 1. So we are continuing the series, and like always, this will have spoilers of everything that happens in the book. So if you have not read it, pause and come back. So Meg is going to give us a summary of the book, and then we'll move into our ratings and some questions that we're going to go over. So Meg, turning it to you.
For 10 years, I've lived in a gilded cage inside King Midas's golden castle, but one night changed everything. Now I'm here, a prisoner of Fourth Kingdom's army, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make it out of this in one piece. They're marching to battle, and I'm the bargaining chip that will either douse the fire or spark a war. At the heart of my fear, my worry, there's him, Commander Rip. Known for his brutality on the battlefield, his viciousness is unsurpassed, but I know the truth about what he is. Fae. The betrayers, the murderers, the ones who nearly destroyed Aurea, wiping out Seventh Kingdom in the process. Rip has power sizzling beneath the skin and glinted spikes down his spine, but his eyes are the most compelling of all. When he turned those black eyes on me, I feel captive for an entirely different reason. I may be out of my cage, but I'm not free, not even close. In the game of kings and armies, I'm the gilded pawn. The question is, can I outmaneuver them? So, with that, what did you rate this book?
I gave this one 4. I believe I gave the first book 3.75 if I remember, so definitely like this one more. I will go on record though and say most of this rating is for Commander Rip. Oh my god, I love him so much.
I'm with you.
I know he hasn't officially been established as our main male character, leaning more towards talking about a love interest in that sense. It's so obvious. It was obvious from like the 3rd chapter.
Yeah.
He was giving such touch her and you die vibes, and oh my god, I can't. I love him so much. Even when you read the summary, I'm just like swooning. Like, tell me more about him. I'm obsessed.
I love him. I am with you. I gave it a 3.5, and I know it's still a little bit low. However, it was for him. Like, Oren, for me, is just, all right, she's starting to get some backbone, and I'm starting to like her character more, but all of it was for him. I'm mad I didn't do the audiobook for this one because I used my hours for Spotify for something else, and I would have loved to have heard so much of him from this book. 'Cause, I mean, the whole entire thing, he's there. It's not as if it's just a little passage that we get, you know, a couple interactions from the first book. The entire thing is him. And it's so good. And I read it so fast, just like you. I think he kept it going for us. I don't know. It's
100%. I love that the way it was set up was she was with him for majority. And I loved it. Like, first book, if you listen to that episode, pretty much was hating everyone. No one was really winning points with us. This book, Oren, I was liking her more. She was definitely getting more spark to her. I can't wait to see that. Rip. Oh my god. He put this book on his back. Like,
yeah.
I love him. All his little friends in the army, loved all of them. When it first opened with Queen Melina, I was like, okay, this is a really random start to this book. Liked her in the beginning. I hate her now. And then at the end, when I had to read Midas's POV, I wanted to light this book on fire.
Oh,
I was like, you can't give us a Rip for 90% and then make us go back to this man that we hate.
Loathe him. Like, cannot stand this man. I don't want a POV from him anymore. I don't care what he has to say. I don't care what he thinks. I get why it was done, because obviously we're getting more interactions with King Ra and everything, but it was just, I could care less about him. I don't care. Give me King Ra's perspective, you know what I mean, or Lou or something. I would have rather had their perspective of the entire thing.
Why did we not have a Rip POV?
I don't know. I would have loved that.
No, we had to get Midas.
So good.
I hate this man so much.
Yep.
I am jumping to the end because we're just talking about him quick. This is just like in my other comments that I was going to mention. If this man does not go out of this story, first of all, we're at the top. We need him killed. I cannot have him survive this.
1000%.
And the way I want him killed is I want him to be turned into solid gold slowly. Like, I want him
his
to
own
feel
doing.
His organs turning to gold and being sucked. And then I want them to carry him to the tallest castle point in whatever kingdom he owns, and I want them to throw him over the side. I hate him so much. I hated him in book 1. I really was like, okay, it's probably going to stay at the same level. No, apparently my hatred knows no bounds. The limit does not exist.
What's crazy is we didn't even get that much time with him. In the little time that we got in the second book, I wanted to scream. It was terrible.
He packed a punch and it's like 2 chapters we had.
Oh yeah, it was like short, but there. It was, you don't need a whole 400 pages with him to despise him this much. It was terrible. Terrible. Yeah, I'm with you. I would love if they slowly turned him into gold and it was like that realization in his eyes of, oh yeah, this is what I did to other people in other things. Now it's happening to me. I'm screwed.
But I need it to be excruciatingly slow. Not quick like she did to the girl on accident.
Yeah.
I need it to be the slowest thing he's ever experienced.
Can that also incorporate with like the rotting that King Rot gives? Like, could we get both? I don't know why I'm so hyped over this. Like, we don't talk like this about normal books.
I'm like plotting his demise. I hate him so much. And I compared him to Tamlin on book 1. He's worse.
I was going to say he's worse. I don't know. Let's put that as a hot take. I don't know if other people will agree, but I mean, I don't like this man.
He's in the Baby Bitch Boy Club with Tamlin, Dane, and then who was the guy from Kindred's Curse that we hated? The brother or the cousin?
Oh my god. Aiden?
What's his name?
Aiden? Something like that. Oh man.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yes,
though.
I know who you're talking about. Yep.
The
Baby
4
Bitch
of
Boy.
them.
Yep. 1000%.
The worst. Absolutely.
Like their
worst.
president, vice president, secretary, treasury. That's their vibe.
Like other people have like their book boyfriend list. Like I have like worst book characters to ever exist need to be friends.
Yeah.
So you can take them all out in one go.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Agreed.
All right, let's go to a happier topic. Obviously, we got a lot of Oren interacting with Rip. So how did you feel like those interactions were different from her past relationships? And then do you kind of feel like came about or was revealed with like her emotional growth in this book?
Yeah, so I mean, she actually has people who are interested in her. I mean, they actually want to know about her. They want to know, what does she like to do for fun? And I know at the beginning when Rip is questioning her, she thinks it's some reason to get to Midas, and it's not. He truly just wants to know her. Did she even enjoy being in that cage, as weird as that sounds, because she was just kind of forced into it and has been there for years. It's her reputation, unfortunately, because that's what Midas has made her. But it was just so nice to see that her true self definitely started showing. That feistiness, like you said, that spark was coming back. She was ready to go in fight mode. There were so many things that those people brought out of her, but not in a vicious way. It was in a normal way. You can trust us. Completely different than what was going on with Midas and even the rest of the group. I mean, the fact that the guards wouldn't talk to her. She's a prisoner and they're actually talking to her. Have no problem talking to her. It's totally different. So I think in terms of the emotional growth, she's realizing her value in that sense of there's actually people who care and I can be myself and it's okay. It's not a negative.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing I called out was like she was actually their prisoner and she had more freedom with them, which is crazy. Granted, the other saddles seem to be getting more of like a typical prisoner treatment, but even they I don't think it was that terrible. They were trying to make sure they had stuff, but I mean, she had full freedom to do whatever she wanted. And they were literally teaching her how to fight, even though she was their enemy. Like they were doing everything that they could to build her up and like get her confidence up. And yeah, like you said, like they were interested in her as a person. And it's just wild when you think about it, because sometimes you kind of forgot until they would like re-mention it. She was actually technically a prisoner of theirs. And then her real life, it's like you're literally locked up in your real life.
Yeah, I mean, even down to, when she gets the messenger hawk, finally, she was trying to do that. And she was sick of the saddles, claiming that, she had these special treatments, which we all know she did because you just mentioned it. In fact, she's able to move around as a prisoner. But even when she sent that out, Rip was disappointed, but it wasn't a I'm now going to punish you. It was just a yeah, you're probably going to feel some guilt because you realize that there are good people over here and you could have screwed them over with that message going over there. So it was just even how her actions were taken into consideration. It was just all right, we're disappointed. Like, I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed. That typical parent situation. You know what I mean? It wasn't any, beating's going to happen. So it was totally different, completely different.
I was happy that she felt pretty much instant regret when she did that, which I was like, thank God, like you're starting to see the light. Do you think she was getting special treatment because she was the favored, so they were like giving her something? Or do you think it's because Rip could tell she was Fae and they have some type of like Fae thing going on from before? Like, I'm trying to figure that out because on the surface, like how the Saddles are like, oh, you're the favorites, like of course you're gonna get special treatment, but like she was literally sleeping in the same tent as Rip so he could keep an eye on her, but then was like giving her all this freedom. So it's just like, I don't know, I can't tell if there's something deeper for why he wanted to keep an eye on her.
I think there is. And remember when we were talking about book 1, I had said I think that Digby actually betrayed Midas and was warning Rip that the Saddles were going to be there, and specifically Orin was going to be with the Red Raids. In this book, Rip says at one point, you weren't supposed to be with them. And I think it's when he kisses her for the first time. I think that he is giving her special treatment in hopes that she comes to her true self because there is something intertwined with them.
Yeah.
You mentioned it about the spikes and the ribbons and stuff and everything with them being Fae. Like, there has to be something there that's deeper than what we've gotten. And because we haven't gotten a Rip POV, we haven't gotten that information of what's going on. So I think something's going on in the background that we're not going to find out yet. I hope we find out in book 3 because it seems important.
Yeah, definitely. So you just mentioned Digby, I do want to talk about the side characters that are in the book and kind of how they're shaping her journey. But I want to start with him because I'm confused on him because he was a bigger part of book 1, but also just in her backstory, he's been her guard since she got there. They never talked, but like he's been a fixture in her life for like the 10 plus years she's been with Midas. And then in book 1, he goes to go figure out what's going on and we don't see him. So I know we were contemplating, like, is he dead? They basically allude to the fact that he's dead because she wants to see her guards. He's not there. And then later on she mentioned something and she's like, oh, because of like Digby, not being there. And I just feel like that is a really weird way to write him out. Because I can't just enjoy a story. I have to think about like how it's structured, and like I've read 50 plus other romanticities and like this doesn't follow the trend. So I'm thinking like from like a structural of a book and like a writing perspective, that feels weird to me to just like have him have this super off page death where it's like a throwaway line, like, oh, he just isn't here and we just like have to assume he's dead. So I feel like he's gonna pop back up, whether that is with a body to confirm he's dead or he's actually alive. But now I'm starting to think like maybe he's gonna pop up and he's actually a traitor.
Okay. Yeah.
Like maybe he was working with Queen Melina.
Could have been. I mean, they knew where they were going to be.
Yeah. I don't know. Don't you feel like that's weird how they wrote him out when he was a big part of her life?
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Sale got an on-page death, there's certain characters where I don't understand the off-page death situation because if they are important, I do feel like it needs to be on-page, or to your point, it's just something that they confirm down the line of we got this, whatever. There has to be something. It's too suspicious and it was ended so weird because they thought it was an avalanche, but then it ended up being the Red Raids. Are we just literally meant to believe that the Red Raids killed them first and then got to the rest of them? It just feels weird. I don't know.
Yeah. And she talked about Sale's death a lot. It kept coming up. And then Digby, it didn't even seem like it crossed her mind until she wanted to see her guards and then was like, oh, he's not here.
Yeah.
And it's like, you haven't really mentioned him at all.
Yeah. I just feel like if he was supposed to be that minimal of a character, I don't I don't know why we put such importance on him saving her from the king in the first one. It just, or maybe if that's supposed to be the case, because like you read into everything, if he was just supposed to be such a side character in the first one and we were just supposed to get that moment of he saved her, is that supposed to be the first moment that she sees someone protecting her for her? Maybe that's all we were supposed to get from it. But to your point, it just seems a little too small to be just that, especially with her mentioning him. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm keeping an eye on Digby continuing too. I feel like it's gonna pop up. It just felt weird to me. So we got some new side characters in this one.
Yeah,
what were your thoughts?
I love them. Keg was hysterical. Loved him.
God.
Immediately wanted to
Sassy.
be friends with him. I go, this is my type of guy. Thank you very much. This is great. I loved we were texting about this, but I loved when Lou and Judd were just stealing the wine from each other from the different groups.
Oh, those two are getting together 100%.
If they don't, I'll be shocked. I mean,
That's gonna be a side romance.
yeah, has to be. If not, I mean, would Osric be the other option? But I feel like he just comes off too broody. I don't know. I think someone else needs to be just as tough as him. I don't know. Not that Lou isn't, but he just gives off a different vibe. And I feel like there's going to be someone else for him that we haven't either met or maybe we have and we just don't think about it.
Yeah.
But no, I loved.
Maybe he's the single one of the group.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I loved them. Hands down. So good. They were so fun. And it really did show that women were valued because they were women in the army, and it wasn't this women are second class citizens. It's not. So I think that helped Orin too. So just loved it all around. What about you?
Agree with that, with everything you said. I love them. And I had texted you this. They really remind me of the Akatar crew, which I love. They're part of like his tight knit group. But they're still like just goofy and fun. And I love them. They brought like good energy. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I love that they were training her, even though she was like, I'm literally your enemy. Like I could be fighting against you like tomorrow. And I was like, whatever. Love them. One interaction I loved between the group was when she is trying to rescue the young guy who she doesn't realize is in the fight circle.
Yeah.
And that whole interaction was hilarious. But I love when Rip comes over and he's like, well, you're going to fight me. And she's like, I can't fight you. Like, what is happening? And then she's like, you literally like got your name because you rip people's heads off. Like, I can't fight you. And then he starts dying. They're all dying laughing. And then he's like, who spread that rumor? And they're like, damn, it made it all the way to 6. Like, this is crazy. And, like, that's not even why he has that nickname. So like, why is he called Rip?
I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
I think it has to do with his face stuff.
Do you think he was the one that ripped the worlds apart? Like, was he part of that? I mean,
That's
I'm
kind of what I
going
was,
like heavy
thinking,
into
I'm
it.
like, how old would he be?
Yeah, 1,000-something years old. You know,
we seem to love the
massive age gap.
Massive age gap.
Like if they're under 500, I go, oh, too young. Like what?
Here I am reading Birthday Girl, and they're like, it's an age gap. She's 19, he's 38, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And then now zooming out, like how old's Kingfisher? Like 1700?
I think so.
Rice is like, I waited 800 years for you. That was the craziest thing. In my mind, they're all like 25.
I know. I'm just like, you look it. It's like you're that age. It's fine. Yeah.
So who knows? Yeah, he could be like 3,000.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know enough about him in that sense, so who knows?
Also, though, she said she was born in the Fae world.
Yeah.
So, she could be older too.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
And she's really 200.
Yeah. Like they could age faster in that sense of, it's like dog years to human years.
They crossed the bridge into the human world. They're like, she looks like she's 6. We'll just blend her in with the other 6-year-olds.
She's fine.
She's 75. I don't know, but that was like a little pause. Like, so why is your name Rip? Ripping of the world. We heard that had happened, so that seems to track.
Yeah, unless it's something completely different that we have not gotten at all. Because, I mean, that could be what it's leading to. I have no idea. There's so much about him we don't know that I need to know. I want to know everything about this man, and that's the problem.
Yeah, same. I want to know everything about him. I'll save it to the end. We could talk about like
Yeah.
things that twist that. I'm like, I have so many questions, but like we're not answered.
So many.
Oh my goodness. Going back, every time we talk about Rip, then it's like, oh, we have to go back to this other guy.
I know.
Going back to the loser, King Midas, do you think that he truly believes he loves Orin? Or do you think it's more of an attachment of like control and possession?
I think at one point he did love her. I think it might have been on their journeys, the fact that, you know, the two of them fighting through everything. However, he saw an opportunity. He used her power for his own gain, made a plan pretty much behind her back and said, you're going to go around with this and I'm going to basically keep you as mine. And that's it. And you're going to have to go with it because it's a better way of living and you won't have to deal with the situation. I mean, literally wouldn't have shocked me if he went hunting for someone who had a power that could get him into king status, because you have to have magic to get any of the king or queen seats. So yeah, I think that might be a 1 point, but besides that, all for power.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same page as you, except I don't think there was ever like true love there from his end, because I was trying to figure out the timeline of like how old she was and all that, because I think in the first book we figured out that she had already developed the ribbons when she met him.
Yep.
So like that's a sign if he knows what to look for. But in this book, he mentioned the village that he found her in, Caruthin or something like that, was the one with the sea. And then at the end when she's like fighting and he's like, you know, I'm putting you in this cage for yourself, like you're a danger to other people, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, don't forget what happened in the village. And so I'm thinking maybe he screams con artist to me, like, and in this book we finally got the confirmation that like he has zero powers. She is the power behind everything. We were giving him way too much credit in book one. We were thinking like maybe she enhances his power, like he can tap into her as like a backup battery or something.
Yeah.
No, he has nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Con artist. She's the power, which makes sense why he wants her caged, because without her, like, he's been sitting and he said like people are asking for gold and he hasn't been able to give it to them because he can't make it. But when he mentioned the thing about the incident in the village, I wonder if that happened. Something happened where she maybe turned people gold, or she turned something gold in the village. He saw it and then came in to try and rescue her.
Wouldn't shock me after bringing that up.
Because we don't have their we don't have their first meeting yet. We haven't gotten that in like in a flashback.
No, that's a really good point. I completely, that escaped my mind. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if he was there and helped her out of a bad situation or something, and then let me help you and keep you safe or whatever.
And so I feel like he probably thinks in his head, I love her. Like, yes, there's love here. I don't think there's anything romantic. I think he can tell that she has romantic feelings towards him, so he kind of gives into it as like a way, like clearly he will fuck anything.
Yeah.
And so he's just like, whatever, like she's there. But he probably doesn't want to have too I think when she's like, oh, he doesn't let me touch him as much, I think it's because he's worried that she's gonna like accidentally turn him or something, and he doesn't want to. But I genuinely think from the beginning, like, he does not see her as a person. He sees her as power, like you said, like that is his ticket to becoming a king. And so he loves him. He's a narcissist. He loves himself and he loves power more than anything else. So he just views her as like an extension of that.
Yeah. I mean,
but I think if you could switch her out with anyone who had just the power, and he would act and feel the same way, like she's just a vessel for what he wants.
1000%. And to your point, even about how he doesn't really interact with her as much and doesn't let her touch him as much, I think he only does at nighttime too, because every one of the instances he's always with the rest of the saddles or is busy or whatever, and she's always kept to the side and only brought out, you know, for show and everything. Wouldn't shock me because she can't control it. We saw that with the accidental, you know, her glove was off her hand and she was in, unfortunately had touched the girl and killed her. But I mean, yeah, he definitely definitely saw that I can make us look the best with all the gold. We aren't saving anyone. She thought he was. He hasn't done anything. We see that from all of the outskirts conversations and everything that goes on. It's all for his gain and how he can use it to help out, and gain other kingdoms in his favor.
Yeah. She's basically Elsa with the glove too. Like that was like a thing when the glove came off and she turned her.
Totally.
And I feel like she could master the power.
Yeah.
Because I think, again, you've read the book if you're listening to this episode, but Rip is King Rot. And we saw that, like, he can, like, rot and decay everything that he's walking around. But, like, he turns that on and off. Which we'll get into also that
all
whole
of
other
that
piece about that. But
yeah.
clearly he's learned to master that. So I think her skill could be mastered. It's just Midas didn't want to do anything to train her because that would expose his secret. And then even when he's talking about with the current castle he's staying in Fifth, he was like, oh, it's going to take her months and days and whatever. She's going to have to drain everything every single day to like turn this whole thing gold. And it's just like, he's not training her. He's just like, it kind of reminds me of, spoiler if you've not read anything in the Fourth Wing series, a spoiler for Fourth Wing series, when Violet is learning how to control her lightning. And the first guy that's training her is just like basically having her like mass produce it. And then when she gets the other teacher, he's like, you need to learn to harness it and like be more precise with it. That's what this reminds me of. Like he's just having her like mass produce gold, but she's not learning how to control it. It's just doing it in big waves.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. And I think what even the group, Rip, Lou, and Osric want her to do is to not only master her fighting, but I think it will help her emotions, because it only has happened when she has extreme emotional distress. And if she can use that both in combat but also for her power, it's going to help out extreme amounts. I mean, he calls her Goldfinch, which I think is literally the last book in the series title and everything, but he sees so much potential, which I just love that nickname for some weird reason. I don't know. I normally don't like nicknames, and I know you're not a fan of them either, but I think this one really does work. But there's going to be so much that they can help her with, and I'm hoping, and we'll get there to the conversations about the third book, but she needs to get that because it's going to be the only way to help her stop Midas from just using her constantly, because that's all she's been doing. I mean, I also think, too, he promised her that she was going to be his favored saddle and whatnot. But I think that was only, to your point earlier, because of her emotions and love for him. He used it so that he could be able to say, well, turn this thing gold for me as well. And, we'll be together tonight and have dinner or whatever it is. So he's totally manipulative in that way, too.
Yeah. I completely agree. I fucking hate him so much. Also, we got confirmation that she does not have powers at night. She's basically charged by the sun.
Yeah.
And I kept an eye out. The stars. Big thing with the Fays. Because they were watching one of the stars. I forgot what it was. But he was like, oh, we use this to like honor people. And so now Rip's in there on the stars. So it's good catch on the first book of like that theming, because that continued.
Heavily. I mean,
yeah.
It was still mentioned of it, the stars winking at her and all of this stuff. And who has a star winking at them? I know they twinkle, but okay, what's going on over with your stars? Because obviously something is important here.
I don't know. Is it like signs from the Fae world? Because I like that we got the confirmation that she's from there. So why did you come here? I need to learn this.
Well, I also want to know what her parent situation were. Like, was one of them Fae and one of them human? Was that why they were in this world? I know that we talked about the fact that they were trying to rush her out and get her to safety. Did someone find out about them?
Yeah, and then I started thinking, were all the kids that she got sent away with, were they all Fae kids that had all come over together?
They could have been.
That was so sad, too, when she was talking about, like, how she basically was, like, forced to beg for money on the street, and then if she didn't hit her quota, she was, like, sleeping in a puddle outside. I was like, this is the saddest thing. And then it only seemed to get worse as she got older, because then they could use her for other things. But yeah, she had a lot of trauma in her life. So I understand why, like, this guy coming in and, like, taking care of you and, like,
fair.
Now you're living in a castle where you're getting a hot meal and you like have a bed to sleep in every night. Like, I totally get that.
Yeah.
When she showed up, though, I know we don't have this on our questions, but like we just have to talk about it. When she showed up at Midas, first of all, loved that Rip asked her, do you want to stay or do you want to go back? And she's like, well, your king's never going to give you the option. This is when it like really clicked for me. Like, okay, he's definitely the king because he's making a lot of decisions for this king.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, like the king will make it work, whatever. And like, I love that he gave her agency of herself and like of like what her life was going to be. And she's like, well, I have to go back. I was like, oh, come on, we built up your strength.
Yeah.
But when she got back to Midas, and it was like so sad when she was like, I thought he was going to be so excited to see me. Also, her finding out that he knew for a while that she was missing, he never did anything to come find her.
Nope.
So
Not at all.
that is clue number one. He did nothing to find you. He has all these guards. He could have sent his whole army if he were that important. Instead, he had time to call the blacksmith to build a cage. And then he immediately wants to put her in the cage. He's been working with a decoy. And when she was like, I didn't think I was going to go back into the cage. And I love when she just ripped him a new fucking asshole. And that was when everything shone for him because he did not like that he could not control her.
Oh my God. I mean, even the fact that he says she's never showed this anger before, never shown opportunity to fight back. It's always been pretty complacent and malleable. Like, it's fine. She kind of just does whatever he wants. It was so, I need to figure this situation out. For now, she's staying in that cage and then we'll deal with her attitude because she needs to get back to where she was before and do things for me. Again, if she has this fight, to your point, she could easily turn him into gold because he has nothing to prevent her. So he really needs to keep her in the cage, which is terrible because she's probably just going to be given objects through the gates and say, okay, here you go, figure this out. It was just even down to like they're walking past the rooms and, oh, this one looks bigger than the room I had before. And then, oh no, you're getting the broom closet that we've turned into a cage. It was just, no.
Okay, Harry Potter.
Yeah. Very much giving that. It was bad. I was so furious with that. I was so upset. And again, when we mentioned earlier how little he was in this book and how much we despise him, that just set me over.
That whole thing. Yeah, but that was so nice to see from her side because you could see the beginning of the book was a little slow for me. Then it really started picking up when like she started having a little more bite when she was like talking to Rip and the crew, and then she's like training with them, and I felt bad when she was like, I don't know how to fight, like I've never fought anything. She just was so quick to resign, and it was so nice to see her like gain some confidence when she used the ribbons and she like went nuts on Rip, and then she was like really proud of herself. It was so nice. And then I got worried when she got back to Midas. I was like, oh, she's gonna go back to her old habits because like I don't know, sometimes like you just get put back into a comfortable situation, you kind of revert back.
Yep.
I was cheering when she was yelling at him, and then at the same point like wanting to punch the Kindle because I was like, I hate this man so much. I hate him. But I was so proud of her. But I just I felt bad too when then she was trying to get out. Well, one, I love that she blew the door literally off the cage, but then I felt bad when she realized that she turned the bedroom door gold and her ribbons can't pull gold. And then when it turned to nighttime and she was like, well, I can't do anything now because I have no strength and I have no power. And I was like,
I know. Cause she just got ramped up and was ready to go and was going to fight for herself.
I'm taking this whole place down.
Yeah, because the whole time she kept saying, I'm a prisoner of Fourth Kingdom and they don't have me as a prisoner. I'm not like where the Red Raids were terrible to them. It's very much I have my own space. I can do this, but whatever. And then she really said, I want that same freedom. I want to be able to do my own thing. I'm okay. And Midas was just not hearing it at all. And I'm like you said, I'm proud of her for being able to stand up for herself, but terrible ending for it for sure.
Yeah. And he only seemed to care. He never really cared about her safety. Like he never really asked her like, are you okay? Did you were you hurt? Nothing. All he asked her was like, did anyone touch you? And does anyone know?
Yeah.
That's all he cared about. Also going back, I wish she had stood her ground a little bit more. I know we liked Rissa in the first book, But Rissa kind of pissed me off. I mean, I get why she was doing it because, like, she's trying to get her way out. It's like, I totally understand that. Like, I would not want to be in this lifestyle either. So, like, if you see a ticket to get your way out, get it out. But I really hope Oren rethinks this. And she's like, you know what, Rissa? Go tell everyone. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
Why am I protecting this man?
I really hope that with because she kept saying to Rissa that once they get back to Fifth Kingdom, she would do something. And I'm really hoping that that was kind of a little bit of I need to double check with Midas to see if he's even the same person that he was or if it's going to be the same chaos. So to your point, I'm hoping she says, you know what, go tell everyone. Part of me, the nice side of me is like, yeah, make her whatever gold she needs and have her go on her way and, be able to buy herself out. But also, yeah, who cares? Who knows at this point? What's it going to do? No one likes Midas anyways, so it's better to get yourself away from it and keep going.
Yeah, I do hope that she figures out a way to get all of them out because, yeah, they shouldn't. Except for Polly. Polly, maybe she should stay because she's real rude.
Yeah, and I don't think she really minds it either, the job. Yeah.
And you know what? Like, she was coming and visiting you guys and trying to make sure, like, you guys were okay. Like,
yeah.
She didn't ask to be treated differently. Just like you didn't ask to be treated this way.
Exactly.
And so Polly, no. But Rissa, like, yeah, whatever you need to do to get her out, like 100%. Like, I don't. Yeah. She shouldn't be forced to be in that.
Yeah.
That lifestyle or that position. But I did not like that Oren was like doing it to protect him. Like,
yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Ugh, I can't.
I really hope she pushes against him. Is my goal for this next book. Like, just please, just hate him.
I can't believe we're gonna go into a book 3 and he's gonna be there. He's probably gonna be in it more too because they're all in the castle.
I know.
In 5th.
Ugh. No thanks.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah.
Not on the road. Switching to someone else that I'm not liking. I don't know how you feel, but Queen Melina. Just like first off the bat, general thoughts. How are you feeling on her? Let's do a temperature check.
So at first, I was like, all right, she's fighting back. I like the fact that she's fighting it back against Midas. However, I don't like her. I don't know. I think her goal to try to get rid of Oren and the red, with the red raids was good. Midas won't have this thing. I think the secret she knows about is the fact that Midas can't turn things gold is my guess right now, unless he has another secret out there. I don't know. I just don't like her. I keep trying to figure out if she's going to be on the same side with Oren at some point or if she's going to be a hindrance for her down the line as well. I don't like her.
So you finished way before I even started the book. So I like that I could text you because I wasn't spoiling anything because you had finished the book. But I need to know, were you laughing when I sent you the text being like, oh my God, I really like Queen Melina?
Not laughing, just saying you don't have enough information yet because I also liked her in the beginning and then it was just downhill immediately.
Yeah, I think I was only like her second POV. So it was warranted to still like her. I agree. I like that she was fighting back in the beginning and she was like, I'm taking all my power back. I'm getting rid of all the gold.
Yeah.
Like, I loved it. I was like, yeah, you go. Woman powered. Yeah. Take it back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I really feel like she's Midas 2.0.
Can we just talk about the fact that she thinks that going to where the unfortunate poor villagers live and giving them gifts is going to help them and is going to make them like you? Like they said, the one woman who stood up and goes, you also hid for the past 10 years. You could have been doing things on the side to help us out. You didn't have to just be sitting there pretty in the castle and being upset that you're in this lifestyle. Oh, yeah, that drove me nuts.
That everyone was like, oh my God, thank you so much about the gifts. And then that woman came up and said that. And then everyone was like, yeah, she's right. They started throwing the stuff back at her. Mm-hmm. And she was, Queen Melina, starts talking so rudely about these people in front of them.
Yep.
And I'm like, you're literally no better than your husband. You're hooking up with someone on the side. You have a saddle.
God. That was great.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
She said Midas is only good when he gets people put kind close to her because he can manipulate them. I'm like, that's literally what you're doing, having all these like secret meetings with all the noble families. She met with all of them. And right away, when she met with that one woman, she was like, oh, she's the key because she'll get all the other women to be in my favor and the women control the men and blah, blah, blah. Like, she's being manipulative too. Like,
Yeah.
I think she thinks she's coming from a better place. But I'm like, you're literally him 2.0 where, like, you don't actually give a shit about the people. Like, none of your reasons have been to be better for the people. You're just mad that he took your position and you want it back. So you're doing it for the exact same reasons you're doing it for power.
Yep.
And the only reason why she went to talk to those people is because she was like, oh, well, these are the ones that he ignored the most. So I'm going to go give them some love. And it's like, but you don't actually care about them.
Yeah. I agree with that. I just think if she was doing it for the right reasons, I'd be even more of a fan of her and waiting for how that plot line's going to impact things. But with how she is, I really don't care if either of them are in power. Like, I would rather where it's Oren comes back and takes over that as well. Because, I mean, she has magic. And then also people will like someone who fights from the bottom up. So my hope is something along those lines. Even if it isn't Oren, if it's someone else who jumps in and is able to help out, whatever. But I don't like her, and I just keep wondering what her goals are. She's starting a war, but with who? Is she also going to want to fight Fifth Kingdom? Because she doesn't want to go against Fourth. She pretty much made that known of, nope, I'm not touching King Rot's space. Like, that's not for me. But are you also going to go after Midas? Because if Fourth's already going after him, who are you going after at that point? If he's taken care of, then who are you fighting? So she has something else going on that I'm just really curious what's going to go on.
Yeah, honestly, my biggest thing is, like, I just don't see where her storyline is going at this point.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's going to play a key factor because she had multiple POV chapters. Like, she's definitely, and, you know, the author wanted us to be in the know of, like, what she's doing over in Sixth. But I just feel like she's definitely going to cause some shit amongst the group. But I genuinely do not think Midas, Rip, or Oren cares about her at all.
I don't think so either.
So, I feel like she's just gonna be like more of a nuisance where it's like, oh, she's just coming over, like starting a war with some kingdom or like trying to get some. I don't even know what she's doing. Like, is she trying to expand, or is she just like trying to kill Midas? Like, is that what the war is? Just to take him out? Like, I don't think she wants more land. She just wants her kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, and then I was trying to figure out, are the the kingdoms 1 through 3 gonna jump in and help her out against someone that shouldn't be in power? I don't know. I don't know what her end goal is. I know that there was that when she met with that person in the village and said, oh, I can show you your deepest desires and everything. Yeah. And she gets a map and she kind of is just like, dude, what?
Oh, yeah. Where 7 used to be.
Right. But what does that mean?
I think where 7th used to be is the Fae world.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to say, like, your deepest desire is magic.
Yeah.
And you could get magic if you went to the Fae.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is what I think that meant. And then she's so quick to dismiss everything. I don't know. She's definitely going to cause some type of drama. At this point, I'm just having a hard time seeing where her story's going. So I'm just like, I genuinely don't think anyone gives a shit about you. Like, they all hate you. Midas hates you.
Yeah.
Oren hates you. Rip doesn't even know you.
And probably will hate you just by association of the fact that Oren doesn't like you.
Yeah, because you were mean to Oren. And Oren's
I
his girl.
really feel like the fact that if he finds out that she's the reason why the Red Raids went after them, she's going to be dead real quick. He's going to rot her from, right from the core.
Yeah. Also, this made me think of the strip of land that Rip, as King Rot, said, all right, we'll go, no fight. I just want this little piece of land. I think that has to be the land. That's where the bridge was.
It has to be, or is it something specifically to Fae heritage, or like how you were talking about they were looking at the stars and everything. Is there something specific there that would tie him back? I mean,
it's something Fae related, and it works in his favor. That honestly, he probably is pumped that Falk died because Falk probably knew what that piece of the land was. But even Midas is like, I don't know the geography of Fifth. Like, take it. He's like, I don't know. I'd probably just let him in, but just take it if you're gonna go and not have a fight.
Yeah, I mean, he also was petrified because he has no power. He literally cannot turn someone gold. So he's going up against someone who can just rot you. Oh yeah, you have nothing. Yeah, I'll just give you this land. Who cares? Like he very much was just all right, I've lost this war for right now, lost his battle rather. We'll deal with the war once we get into the conversations and the fact you're staying here for, a month's on end. So
Can I just tell you,
oh boy.
that excites me so much for book 3.
So much.
I mean, minus Midas having to be there, but we're getting Midas, Orin, and Rip all under the same roof. And Rip now knows the secret because he figured out when she gave him the jacket back that she's the one that's turning things gold. I cannot wait to see him dangle that over Midas. Oh my god. And then if Midas tries to do anything with Orin, he's going to be right there. I cannot wait.
The toucher and die thing's gonna be heavy in this book. Has to
How
be.
could you not tell that he didn't like her from page 1 of this book? He was giving a major, especially when one of the army people made that comment. He flipped the fuck out.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, well done. I mean, he's just very powerful and is going to use it to his advantage for sure.
I can't wait. Before we go into full thoughts for book 3.
Yeah.
What was the biggest twist or the most shocking thing to you in this book?
So I would say Rip officially being King Rot. When we see that he transforms right in front of Orin, that was just chills because it was, okay, how are you playing both parts? Because there is a guy in the other room that is pretending to be you with spikes. So do you have magic to just create fake bodies that are inside, army gear or whatever that are just hanging out? It was, oh man, I screamed so loud. I was like, finally, this is what is going on. We were right. Oh my God, I was so excited. So shocking in the sense of that it was actually true.
Yeah. Crazy. I had so many questions logistically about these spikes. I kept texting you okay. But how are people not picking up that he's Fae? Because they can all see the spikes, right? Or can she only see the spikes because she's also Fae and whatever. I also thought she didn't realize she was Fae and he was going to have to tell her, but she knew.
Yeah.
And apparently everyone... one revelation was that everyone in his army knows he's Fae and they're okay with it. So clearly they're a more accepting bunch over there. But
yeah,
thankfully the answers, we got them at the end when he transfigured, like you said, because I'm like, how is he in 2 places at once? And they said that Midas gets really nervous anytime he sees Rip. And so do the guards. But I'm when he walked in as King Ra, I thought Midas was going to be oh my god, you're Rip. I thought that's how we were going to get the revelation, because at this point I figured that they were the same person. So I was how is no one picking up that he's Rip? Is he wearing a mask? What's going on? But then when he fully turned his ears different, his eyes different, everything, I was oh my god, this is Professor McGonagall.
it really was giving that.
All I was thinking was about transfiguration. I was
yep.
Oh my goodness, this is how. But then I was it must change his voice too, because when he's talking, she can't really recognize, she couldn't place his voice.
No, and I think we talked about the fact that she was able to pick up on when King Ra is Rip, when he comes to get them from the Red Raids, and she can pick up on his energy. Everyone keeps mentioning that he's this monstrous thing that Rot created. So my guess is that he's just going on that mindset of, again, to the ripping the heads off, and that's why he has the name. Maybe he's just using it as a heightened way to terrify people. But then when he fully transforms into Rot, his power is even more than that, because Orin feels it from across the battlefield space. She can sense terrifying. It from afar. Yeah. I mean, the fact that he just walks and everything dies. Oh, chills. I mean, it was wild. And also, do they have to touch things for this to happen? Because I know Orin has to touch things to turn to gold, but can he just look at something and just, done? You're dead?
I don't know. Because,
I want to know more.
It's weird because they said he was walking on snow, and as he would lift his foot up, the snow would be brown or whatever. And the ground where he walked. But like she can walk and things aren't turning gold. So I think it's just like different levels of power.
Power, yeah.
I don't know. I think he's gonna put her through boot camp of like how to actually use her power. But oh
Yeah.
my god, because I was like, thank God we're getting some logistics. Also, he did answer the question kind of because she was like, don't people like see the spikes? And he was like,
Yeah.
people see what they want to see, and like they think I like some made creature, so like they'll just see that as like that's the reason. Like, which I guess is true. Like most people aren't digging deeper, you know.
Yeah.
But no, wild that his like whole entire appearance changes. And then he's like a body double.
Yeah. She's got a stunt double for the little get-togethers. I mean, even down to, oh, you know, King Rot already knows you're here. The amount of times that he hinted at Rot being way aware of things way too fast was just crazy. I mean, but now, do you think his small crew also knows that he's Rot? Or do they?
I think so.
Okay, because that's kind of my thought too. Is they know way more than the rest, and that's why they feel even more honored.
Who's the person in the crew that's being his body double?
Yeah,
because there's 4 people plus Rot. So we have Lou. I'm assuming it's Lou, Judd,
Osric, and Judd.
Osric. Yeah. So like, who's the 4th person? Is it maybe the guy, the new kid that they were?
Wasn't his name Twig? The poor thing. They probably have what on stilts to fill out that for.
So someone in the army though, because they had to have traveled with them. Is his
that
like,
or his
double?
Or his magic is so fucking powerful it can just build something. Yeah.
Who knows? I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah. Same.
That was that was crazy.
Oh God.
No, I was just gonna say that was just crazy that we finally got that right at the end.
And what's wild is, again, we have not even seen too much hints at a romance line except for the fact that he kissed her literally out of the blue pretty much, but you could tell that he's been waiting a long time. So again, I keep going back to your earlier point of there has to be some history between the two of them. Maybe she wasn't even supposed to be in this world. Maybe she was supposed to be with the Fays when the kingdom fell. I don't really know. There's just so many things of what was she supposed to be doing then? Where was her destiny supposed to be if she wasn't supposed to be here?
He did ask like who her family was a few times, and she had to tell him that she didn't know. So I wonder like if he's trying to figure out who she is. Maybe he has an inkling.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with them, and so I'm just gonna roll right into like other comments, thoughts that we have. When these two fuck for the first time,
it's gonna be electrifying.
I'm gonna be feral, like on my knees for it.
Yeah,
I can't. Even just like the little banter they had, I was like, oh my God. I'm sorry. Kindred's, I'm going back, like I keep referencing other series that we've done, but like Kindred's Curse, we knew that was going to happen, and that was too much of a slow burn for me. Like I was like, okay, like you've built the tension enough, I need it to happen. So if this book does the same thing, I'm gonna be pissed. Like I really hope this happens. Book 3, kind of early, like in the first 50%, that would be wonderful, because like we got it. You've laid the tension. It's thick. I could cut it with like a fucking butter knife right now.
Yeah,
it needs to happen. I have so many questions of how it's going to go down. Like, it's going to be the hottest thing ever. I'm just saying that. Will he keep the spikes out? Like, is he going to use the spikes to rip her clothes off?
Oh my God. But like, do her ribbons also go around the spikes? Like, is there more to it that their connection is there too?
Instantly, I thought, will she be using the ribbons to tie him down and get kinky?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, who wouldn't? I don't know.
Will it be a Violet Xaden thing? Like, when it gets too crazy, too good, like, their magic starts like spurting out, like, if things gonna start decaying around them, and like,
but then also turning gold.
The bed's gonna turn gold. Like, I have no clue. It is going to be unbelievable, and if it's not, I'm gonna be so let down because it is so built up at this point.
I know.
Because she also kept hinting to it, because she kept thinking that like he was going to take advantage of her, which I'm really glad there was none of that in this book. I thought there was going to be, so I was really glad that this one was like not as dark as book 1, not as spicy either. The only real sex scene we got was like Queen Melina. I didn't need that.
I did not need that at all.
But like, there's been so much hinting about it. it's definitely going to be consensual when they do it, and I can't wait. Like, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm primed and ready. It could happen page 1. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, same. Yeah, because of how it ended, I don't think it will be. However, the first 50%, it would be quite nice. And now I say this as I have no problem if the plot is just them building her back up and they get to a point where they realize, okay, we need to be a unit. Sold. That's good for me. I'm good. And then be badass in the last couple books. I'm okay with that. Because it's also, what, 5 or 6 books? So
No, I think it's 7.
it's 7? Okay.
Let me look.
Let's fact check.
6.
Okay, so there's 6. So we're going into 3.
Yeah, so we're, what is that, 33% through the series.
Right. At some point, there has to be a turning point where it isn't just building up. Because I know we're going to be in another kingdom, so there's probably going to be a little more building, especially like you were mentioning that the 3 of them are all going to be there. That's 3 huge characters to the story, as much as we hate Midas. However, there has to be something between the 2 of them that really sparks her fight and she turns into the badass that we know she can be. There has to be something.
Oh, I cannot wait.
I can't
also
wait
hope
either.
Midas walks in while they're doing it.
Oh, yeah, and just gets to witness it.
Or just hears them or something. Like, I just need every bad thing that can happen to him. I need to happen. But, like, this is really... The only 2 thoughts I have going into book 3 is I know the sex is going to happen. It's definitely going to happen in book 3. If it doesn't, I'm going to be so pissed. My other thought is I really, like I said, I want Midas to be turned into solid gold. I don't think that's going to happen in book 3. I feel like that's more end of the series thing. Like, I feel like he's going to be with us till the end. Unfortunately, because they haven't really established a different villain. And I want updates on, like, what actually happened to Digby.
Agreed. I also... This was something that you were chatting with me about after you finished the book. I'm really curious what's going to happen with Mist and this baby because it is sounding like it's Midas's baby. I don't know if another saddle got her pregnant. Like, I don't know. I know that Oren mentions
There's only
that...
one other guy in there.
Yeah, only one other guy. And Oren did mention that the saddles have a tonic or whatever that they take to prevent pregnancy. So what happened? Was Midas less careful at that? Did he, is he still looking for an heir? And maybe, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really curious where that's going to go because she's enough along that they're going to be able to see it soon.
Yeah, it's enough along that it definitely happened when they were with Midas.
Right.
In 6. Like, it wasn't one of the red raids people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, they're like, she's moving along pretty quickly. I don't know, though, because... Logistically, why would he want an heir? Because when your heir is born and doesn't have this power that you have, they're gonna probably start to suspect, like, did you not have power? I'm sure he would just blame it on, like, oh, they got Melina's genes. She has no power.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I said to you, I genuinely do not think there is a world where this child lives long. Whether they find out about the pregnancy and something happens where the pregnancy is ended, or the child is born and something happens to the baby. Because whether that's Midas doing it as a protection thing to not have his secret out, or it's Melina because she doesn't want... Because technically this person would be the heir to Sixth Kingdom. And, if her thing is to take out Midas, well, if she takes out Midas, then it goes to the kid. And she wants the power. So I don't really think either of them are going to want this child to be around.
No, which is where I question too of, to your point earlier of is Melina trying to get power from the Fae that it would help her be able to secure her spot, and not have to worry about it. But yeah, I don't know. I really see that. I know Mist does not like Oren at all, but I do see Oren trying to come in and help out to prevent another kid being stuck in a situation that they didn't ask for. They unfortunately were just born into. If the pregnancy goes that far, because unfortunately I just have no idea how this story is going to go. And with its dark elements from the first book, it makes me not nervous, but makes me intrigued to see what we will see or not see from all of the stuff that's going down. You know what I mean? Not to think morbid,
anything's on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I don't see a bright future for this child.
Neither do I.
Also, it's gonna be crazy when he finds out.
Mm-hmm. Not gonna be happy at all. I mean, that's also if they get the saddles back. Like, were those saddles going to him, or were they just bringing them as prisoners still? Because I mean, they could keep him in fourth.
That's a good point.
Because
really
Oren was the only one.
They didn't negotiate. Yeah, maybe they'll keep them hidden, and then I don't know. Maybe it'll be a bargaining chip later. Like, oh, I have your heir.
Right? Yeah. Which he'd love to keep over Midas as well. I mean, the fact that he mentioned he had Oren constantly wouldn't put it past him to use that as a bargaining chip either.
Yeah. I also feel like it's not going to end well for Mist, because if it's something where she didn't take the tonic or she took it incorrectly or anything like that,
yeah,
I think she's gonna pay.
I think so too. I don't see many of the saddles that we are getting to know their names. I don't see them lasting. Or if they do, they somehow come out and they're super badass and do something at the end. But I don't see them really lasting long. Terrible as that sounds.
Polly didn't, because I don't like her. I think she's very mean, but I like Rissa.
Yeah. I think she's the only one that I had no problem with. The rest I could care less about. It was that mob bitchiness mentality of, we don't like you, you're the enemy, goodbye.
Yeah, I'm like, she brought you guys soap. You stink over here.
Yeah, exactly. They carried a tub-like object to help you take a bath. Be grateful.
Be grateful. What more do you want? Was there anything else that you are hoping to see in book 3, you think is going to happen in book 3?
No, just more of Rip, or now Rot, or Slade, however you want to call him. I don't really know, but
Rip, Rot, Slade.
I like Slade.
Rip. I just like that name.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I'll call him by anything else.
But we'll see what he likes to go by in book 3. We'll see what flows naturally.
Exactly.
Do you think we're going to go to the Fae world at all in the series? And if so, what book do you think that would happen in?
Oh boy.
Just guessing. We have no clue where the story's going.
So we said there's 6 books?
This is so exciting. I literally have no clue what the actual storyline of this series is. Yes, it's 6 books.
Neither do I. I have no idea. There's so many opportunities. If we're going, maybe end of 4. Early 5.
That feels right.
Yeah. I don't think it'll end there.
Don't.
I think it'll be there for a bit, and then we come back.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe to get some, like, family history or something.
Yeah, or they're somehow stuck there for a bit.
Or Melina makes her way there to get her power, and they got to take her down over there.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's going to be some interaction with them. I mean, we can't talk about them this much to not have them there and still have it just be the 6 kingdoms, and that's it.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to happen in the next book. That feels early to me. I feel like book 3 will mostly be in 5th.
I think so,
and
too.
And then maybe they'll explore that, like, strip of land that Rip, Rot, Slade bargained for.
Yeah. Rip, Rot, Slade.
That rolls off the tongue.
It does. All right. So for our next episode, we're going to be shifting gears. So I know we kind of been going between a couple series, but we're going to be going back to Harry Potter and discussing Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the 3rd book by J.K. Rowling in the series. So stay tuned for that. We will get back to Gleam and the rest of this Plated Prisoner series as well. We'll just kind of be switching between the two. So stay tuned and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Booktroverts Pod, and also on our Fable Book Club as well to see what we're reading. So see you next time. Bye.
Bye.